at last. He's over there.
Did you talk to him?
No, I was waiting for you.
Do you think he's going to give us the time of day?
Yes, he's going to talk to us. Go on. Warren, your mother and I would like to talk to you.
Sorry, folks, I'd like to stay around and visit, but I'm not going to.
Warren, you're going to stay here and talk to us now, and I want the truth.
Well, now, you're calling me a liar, is that it?
We want to know where you got the rest of the money to pay off that gambling debt. Warren, we are very worried about you. Please talk to us.
That's easy. I borrowed against grandmother's...
No, Warren. That is what you told CC, and that is not the truth.
Yes, it is, Dad.
Warren, I checked the bank. You took out that loan against the property a long time ago.
Warren! Private business, okay?
You still have a big balance you owe against that loan.
I want the truth. Where did you get that money?
Hey, wait! You stop that. You scare me to death.
I'm sorry.
You almost got mop water all over you.
Is Kirk back yet?
No, he'll be back in an hour, so why?
Because I have to see him when he gets here, and you're going to have to find a way to sneak me into the house when he does.
No, they're going to catch you.
They won't. Don't worry.
I worry about you and me.
Don't. It's going to be...
Ted.
Don't you forget about me.
Don't worry, I won't.
Ah, there you are.
Careful, the floor's still wet.
What are you doing mopping the floors? Come on, it's your lunch hour.
I have to get this done. I was supposed to do it yesterday.
Do it later. Come on.
No, I can't.
Why not? Forget about it. We're going to do something together.
I promised Rosa.
You promised Rosa. All right, well, I'll go get a mop and I'll help you finish. We'll be done real soon.
Oh, no, Ted.
No. I'm going to do it. And then we can go do something together. I'll be right back.
That's the sound. That's it. It's exactly
Are you sure?
it. Yes.
Well, then he was using a PA system. I don't know why. Maybe he was trying to scare you.
I felt like it was happening all over again.
Are you all right?
I felt better.
Listen, I wasn't trying to scare you.
No, it's okay. Kirk is coming home today.
I don't think you should even be in the same house with Kirk now. I mean, if he really did try to kill you before, the fact that he's convalescing isn't going to make him any less dangerous.
Well, I think his main concern is getting better, not trying to harm me right now.
Well, maybe. But don't you think you'd come up with some kind of excuse and move out for a little while, live somewhere else?
Suspicious. You said yourself that you don't want him to know that we're on to him.
I don't like it.
Well, look, I have Daddy. I have my family. I'll spend as little time alone with Kirk as I have to without making him suspicious of me. You said yourself we just don't have enough on him.
You know, it would help if we could determine that one of your father's rifles fired the bullet. It was a 30-06.
I don't know anything about guns, so I don't know if Daddy has anything like that.
If memory serves, he has several of those. Now, I need to see every gun in the house, and then any 30-aughts I could take them on and test fire.
Couldn't that be a lot?
Well, I don't think there's that many. The question is how to get any gun out of the house without arousing suspicion. Look, darling, I'm gonna be worried sick every minute you're anywhere near the gun from now on.
Well, I'll call you periodically and let you know I'm okay.
That'd be a minimum.
I'll be fine. You don't have to worry about me.
I'm gonna hold you to that, okay? Can't let him know we've been seeing each other. If he suspects that something's going on between us, it could push him right back over the edge.
Nothing is going on.
I just mean I don't want him to get the wrong idea.
Right.
There's no point in arguing with me about it. I have to see Kirk, and I have to see him today. And you have to help me do it.
Hey, Ellie.
No, somebody's coming.
What's going on out here?
Nothing, Mr. Capwell.
Oh, I thought I heard voices.
I must have been talking to myself. I do that sometimes.
Well, why are you out here talking to yourself?
Clear my head. Those ammonia fumes.
Well, I'd like you to clean up this mess. I'd like it dry before Kirk gets here.
It will be, sir.
Well, here we go. What are you doing with that thing?
I'm gonna give Haley a hand.
You will do no such thing. You don't clean floors in this house. It's Haley's job.
Oh, come on, Dad. Half the dirty footprints are mine anyway.
I said no. It's not your place to do that kind of a thing. I don't think Haley wants you helping her. It's probably embarrassing to her. Am I right?
Yes, sir. It's okay, Ted. I don't have much left.
Dad, you have no
I
right...
don't want to hear another word about it. Excuse me.
Why did you do that?
Because I don't want to lose my job.
So quit. There are plenty of other jobs around.
No, there aren't.
Haley, the heck there are much better jobs around. Haley, listen to me. If you worked somewhere else, we wouldn't have this upstairs, downstairs garbage to deal with.
Look, I like what I'm doing, Ted. I don't want to stop.
Would you listen to me?
Ted.
Do you care about how I feel?
Yes.
Well, I hate this. Now, I want a serious talk with you, Haley.
All right. Fine. But not here and not now.
All right, where and when, then?
I don't know.
Okay, how about the boathouse?
Okay, when?
When are you gonna be finished here?
10 minutes.
15 minutes at the boathouse.
All right.
Will you be there for sure?
Yes, of course I'll be there.
All right, I'll be waiting for you.
Hi.
Hi.
Eden, honey.
Yes.
Just talked to the airport. The helicopter just left. Kirk should be here in about half an hour.
Why don't you just drop the whole thing?
We are not gonna drop it, Warren, so get that out of your head.
We have a right to know what's going on with you.
No, you don't, Mother.
You used to confide in us.
Yeah, well, maybe it used to be easier, too. You guys want to know the real truth. You're not gonna like it.
Well, maybe that's all the more reason for hearing it.
All right, fine. Fine, come on here. You want to know where I got the money to pay?
Yes.
I was the one who stole the casino money the other night.
Oh, come
Stop
on,
it, Warren.
Warren.
I told you you wouldn't
This
like it.
is not a joking matter.
Joking, Dad. I was the one in the wetsuit. I'm the guy the guard shot, all right? You want to see my shoulder? Don't. Wait.
Oh, my God.
Warren.
Look. It was either that or lose the land. I had to do something fast, so I did it. Now it's over. There's nothing more you can do about it.
I don't understand. Why didn't you come to us for help?
I figured this was a better way.
Dad, are you crazy? Lionel would...
Warren, don't you realize that if you got arrested, you could do years in a penitentiary?
Dad, nobody's gonna find out about it. You guys aren't gonna say anything. Sophia knows she's not gonna say anything about it.
Sophia?
Yeah, she recognized me on the boat the other night.
Oh, no.
She's not talking, okay?
Who else knows?
My brother Brick. And he's not saying anything either. Now, you guys drove me to do this. So you're gonna have to live with the secret. Just as long as I have to.
Why did we drive you to do it?
Maybe I'll tell you about it someday, Mom.
Let me tell you something. That money was marked.
Mark.
Yeah, I know.
All the tapes of the week in that casino were marked because of something like this happening. It's been going on for weeks.
Warren.
I heard them talking about it.
Now, listen to me. Did you give CC the cash?
I had to give him cash for the down payment on what I owed him, Dad, but I'm gonna get it all back when I write him a check for the full amount.
You have got to get that cash back to him before he finds out.
I'm sick.
It's much more our fault than his. If we'd only been there when we
We
needed
were
it.
there. We tried to give him money. We told him not to gamble. I mean, we were doing what we're supposed to do as parents, weren't we? And of course, now he's all grown up, as he keeps reminding us.
Excuse me.
Sophia.
I came here as soon as I could.
Warren told us everything.
What do you mean, everything?
Everything! That's what I said. That's what I meant. Everything.
What Augusta's trying to say is that Warren's confessed. He's confessed to the robbery. I'm sorry. Here, sit down. Sophia, we want you to know how much we appreciate what you've done, and especially the fact that you didn't go to the police.
Yeah, I'd really like to know why you have this sudden compassion. Maybe because I understand why he did what he did, Augusta.
And I'm sure you'll gladly tell us.
Augusta, would you open your eyes? He's a confused young man, and he has been for some time.
Since when are you an expert?
Augusta, maybe Sophia has a different perspective.
Warren feels left out. He feels pushed out of his own family, and I do understand that feeling. I also feel like I am partly responsible for his feeling that, because I am one of the reasons the two of you divorced. The divorce was very hard on him. Whether he's told you or not, he's told me.
Oh, yes.
And then there's Brick. The fact that Brick is Lionel's son was a terrible shock to Warren, so now he's feeling uncertain and he's feeling insecure. What he did was not merely someone who wanted money, it was a psychological act of desperation, and you don't send someone like that to prison.
Truthfully, I had no idea it was that serious.
Well, we'd all just better hope that Cece doesn't find out.
Cece thinks that I gave Warren the money. I let him think that.
Which means that he thinks that you and I are in league again. I'm so sorry. I can only tell you, we'll try to make it all come out right.
Excuse me, please.
Don't you just want to run and comfort her?
I think that maybe she can use a friend.
Oh, you really underestimate her.
Oh,
She can use a friend. She'll use anybody.
Augusta, that is not a very kind thing to say, considering what she's done for Warren.
I don't feel very kind right now.
Okay.
And I don't want to talk about her. I want to find out what we're going to do about Warren.
He's my son. And I'm gonna help him in any way I can. I will do whatever he needs to protect him. I just hope it's not too late.
I'm worried about you.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. Glad you came.
Me too.
What's the matter? Come on, it's safe here.
I know, it's not that. Ted, your father's right. I'm the maid of his house. You are his son.
He is Victorian. And so are you.
Well, maybe I am. I can't help it.
Haley, this is exactly why I want you to quit and find another job. If you were working someplace else, there wouldn't be any problem about how I feel about you.
Ted, I can't just quit. I mean, I wouldn't have a place to live or a place to stay.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna help you.
It's more than that. I feel a part of something at your house, a part of a family.
Haley, now you have to believe me. You are far too smart and too beautiful to be working as a servant at anybody's house. One day, you're just gonna set this whole world on fire.
No, Ted. I'm not as smart as you think. I think you just wish I was.
No. Believe me, I know when someone's smart, and you are one smart cookie.
I'm smart enough to know I have a good job, a good salary, people who treat me well.
Dad didn't treat you well. Either one of us, in fact, and I resent that a heck of a lot, even if you don't.
Don't, Ted, please. I don't want to cause a fight between you and your father.
No. Look, these problems go back for centuries. It has nothing to do with you.
Ted, I like my job.
Do you like me?
You know I do.
Well, then decide. Because you can't have both. Not the way things are going.
Don't. Please leave it alone. Look, Ted, we can come down here whenever we want to meet. We'll just keep up appearances at the house. I've got to go. I have work to do. Please, we'll talk about it later, okay? Okay.
of Kirk Cranston is now being played by Robert Newman.
What in the world is going on? We're here waiting for Kirk and you're moving furniture around?
I'm
What is
having your
this?
ceiling painted. You know where the rain caused that leak?
I asked to have my ceiling painted.
I did it. Got tired of looking at it.
Oh, well, good for you.
Thank you.
Make sure these guns are get out of the way, okay?
Don't worry, I'll take care of it.
Oh, must be here. Let me get it. And there you are.
Yes.
Welcome back. It's good to have you home.
Thank you, thank you. I do wish I could have walked in on my own, though.
I know.
But the doctors, they're telling me to take it easy.
Well, you pay attention to them. You gotta listen to them, take orders.
Hello, Kirk. Welcome home.
Thank you, Eden.
How you feeling?
I feel great, actually. I feel better than I ever expected. Look, they gave me this cute little hand exerciser here. Soon I'll be swimming, and then after that, it'll be some free weights. I fully intend to have the fastest recovery of any heart transplant patient in the history of medicine.
That's what we gotta hear.
Well, you know your room's ready if you'd like to go upstairs.
Yeah, not quite yet. First, I'd like some information on what's going on with Madeline's case. I understand David was arrested.
Yes, that's true.
Well, I thought he was out on bail now.
Eden, would you ask Cruz to stop by and talk to me about it, please?
Cruz, why?
I would like to know. I owe my life to Madeline's death. I have a particular interest in her case. I want to know what's going on with it.
Well, I'm not sure I can get a hold of Cruz right now, Kirk. He seems pretty busy.
I'm sure if you put your mind to it, you can. All right. I guess I'm ready to go upstairs.
Move him out. Move him out. Here we go.
Thank you.
Son of a gun. I was right. Warren did rob the casino.
Is that fine?
It is fine, yes.
Are you comfortable?
Yes, very.
You warm
Thank
enough?
you. I'm fine.
Need anything at all?
If I do need something, the nurse is right outside the door.
Right.
What I would like is for you to sit down with me. Will you do that?
Sure.
No. Here. You look wonderful.
Thank you. I guess it's because you haven't seen many women lately.
No, actually, it's you. You have no idea how much I've been waiting to come home, to be with you again. Wanting you is what kept me going in the hospital.
Well, I'm glad you're back. Everybody's really glad you're back.
I meant what I said downstairs. I really do plan to get well as quickly as possible.
Well, I'm glad you're motivated. I'll do everything I can to make sure that you'll recover fast. You just shouldn't take it too fast, otherwise you might overdo it and have a setback.
No. I have no intentions of having any setbacks. I want to mend perfectly for you. You know, I really wish you had been there to come home with me, Eden.
Oh, so do I. I would have, honestly, except for everything's been piling up at the office, and there was that meeting. I couldn't postpone it any longer. I knew you'd understand.
I understand. How are things at the office?
Oh, it's fine. Everything's fine. You don't have to worry about anything.
I'm not. Did you get in touch with Cruz?
Yes, I did. He should be here soon.
Good, thank you. I'm sure you think it's very strange that I'm taking such an interest in Madeline's case, but I really feel sort of a kinship towards her and towards all the Capitals these days.
I suppose that's natural under the circumstances.
Eden, what happened to your bed?
I moved it out.
Moved it out?
Well, I'm going to be sleeping in the guest room for a while.
In the guest room? Why?
Well, the doctors, everyone thought it would be best at first.
Well, the doctors and everyone were wrong. I want you in here next to me at
Well,
night.
Kirk, you know what a restless sleeper I am, and they said you needed undisturbed rest. The doctors said so.
Suppose you're right. I want to tell you something.
What?
When I had my heart attack, I was scared. Really scared.
I don't blame you. Who wouldn't be?
I feel I've been given a second chance in life. I want to be a much better husband to you this time around.
Well, I don't recall registering any complaints.
No. I just know that we weren't as happy as we could have been, or as happy as I wanted us to be. It's fascinating when you're so near death. I was dead for a couple of minutes. Begin to realize what the true values in life are. How important it is to be happy and to make someone you love happy.
Well, we've all been given a second chance then.
Yeah. I guess you could say that we all have been, yes. I just want us to make the best of it, that's all.
I'll do my best.
Thank you.
You've got quite a grip.
Yeah, I guess that hand exerciser is really doing the job.
You should take it easy.
I'll try to remember not to put too much pressure on you.
Well, let's see now. Have I forgotten anything?
You stay here while I go check up the upstairs hallways, okay?
Just don't get hung up.
I won't, okay?
Well, hi.
Hi, Healy. I got a call from Eden. Apparently Kirk wants to see me.
She didn't say anything to me, but I'll go upstairs and find her, okay?
Thanks.
On Search for Tomorrow, will this couple's vow of celibacy be forgotten?
Shut up.
This week.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, hello, Bruce.
Hello, Mr. C. In case you're wondering, I'm here because Eden
I
called.
know all about it.
Understand Kirk's back?
Yeah, we're delighted to have him back. Now Eden can settle down into married life, get a good solid routine going, maybe even have a baby.
Yeah, well, I know she wants one.
Well, there's no reason she can't. Oh, by the way, if you talk to Kirk, remember his condition. Don't be too graphic about everything with Madeline.
What is it you don't want me to tell him?
Well, he's interested in the progress you're making, and I don't think it would do him much good to know too many details.
All right.
And if I haven't told you, you've done a fine job in this case. Now that Mason is involved in the prosecution, if in fact David did do it, Mason will have a swift case for himself. He's a fine prosecutor.
Yes, he is.
One of the best.
Yeah, he is.
Well, I gotta get going. Good seeing you again. How's Santana?
She's fine, thanks.
Give her my best.
I will.
Let's have dinner together sometime.
I'm glad you're still here.
Yeah, but I'm wondering why I am. Like, what's the real reason?
I think it's really what I said. Kirk is interested in the investigation into Madeline's death.
You believe that?
Why else would he want you here?
Well, it crossed my mind that he might just want to get you and me in a room together and see how we behave with each other.
Well, maybe, but I really don't think he's very suspicious anymore. He seems very up and optimistic since they brought him home.
Well, forgive me if I don't really trust the way Kirk seems, Eden.
I know. Well, he seems fine now. Oh, did you see those?
Yeah, I did. What are they doing out there? I thought we were going to try to be served.
Would you like to go up and see Kirk now?
Sure.
Okay. Haley?
Oh, Lord, that was close. Cruz almost caught me. He came within inches.
Oh, look, it's not safe down here, and you can't go up see Kirk yet. I checked. Come to my room. You can hide there.
All right. I saw you walking down to the boathouse with Ted a little while ago. What was all that about?
Ted's trying to convince me to quit. I told him I couldn't, but I don't know, maybe I should.
Oh, no. No, you did the right thing. You have to keep on working here. It's best for everybody. Come on, let's go.
So you are 100% certain that it was David that killed her?
Oh, I'm not 100% certain of anything, Kirk, unless I've seen it with my own eyes. But the evidence against him is pretty overwhelming.
Glad that you found whoever it was, but I'm very disappointed that it was David.
Disappointed? Why?
I feel that I owe him a debt of gratitude. After all, he was the one that signed the papers that allowed me to get Madeline's heart. Otherwise, I'd be dead right now.
Oh, I understand that.
So in a sense, he not only took a life, he gave a life. I guess that won't count in his favor at all, will it?
I doubt it. I don't think he killed you just to give you a new heart.
No. Of course not. That would be laughable. Still, to think a man could be so jealous of his wife that he would kill somebody for
I think it happens more often than we know. Anyway, I'm gonna have to be cutting out of here. Glad to see that you're home and feeling better.
Yeah, thank you. I'm feeling great. I intend to be up and about in no time at all.
Well, if that's the case.
Oh, I wanted to ask you one more thing. Oh, yeah, I wanted to say thank you for taking such good care of my wife while I was sick. I'm sure it put a great strain on your own marriage.
I'm not sure what you mean, Kirk. I really haven't been taking care of Eden.
Well, I was thinking about your trip to Stanford. I know it was on business, but still, I'm glad you cared enough about her welfare to go.
What are friends for? Anyway, I really do have to be running along.
Boy, you know, I was just thinking, Eden, sometime we should all get together, all the four of us. I mean, we do seem to have so much in common, don't we?
I guess that's possible sometime.
Yes, well, thanks again for coming. And please give my regards to your wife.
You bet.
Eden, don't you want to show him out?
Oh, that's okay, Kirk. I think I know my way around the place by now.
I'm sure you do know your way around the place. But still, Eden.
All right, I'll be right back.
Take your time.
I just brought you these flowers to say welcome home.
Are you crazy? Do you realize the terrible risk that you're taking by coming in here? Eden could walk through that door any minute.
I doubt it. I just saw her walking Cruz downstairs very slowly.
Yeah, I know she's with Cruz. She's showing him out.
Don't get upset. It can't be good for you.
No, what can't be good for me is you being in this room or for me to see you at all. You should have been dead.
I very nearly was.
Well, it would have been the least you could have done considering the way you double-crossed me.
Let's not waste time with recrimination.
No, let's not. Why don't you just go. And if you feel the need to see me again, call. Send a message, but don't ever come here again.
I'm here to see you in person because I felt it was necessary. And I will be here in person any other time I think it's necessary. I'm going to be keeping in very close contact with you from now on. So you might as well get used to it. There's a bond that's been formed between the two of us that neither one of us is going to be able to break.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Sarah.
So, were you shocked?
Shocked that you wanted to see me? Shocked, yes. And surprised and very suspicious.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Actually, I wanted to offer you an apology for running last night. I realize now I was mistaken. You didn't give the money to Warren, and I jumped stupidly to the wrong conclusion, and I'm sorry about it.
Well, then maybe you'll try to understand my point of view, Cece. That feeding this feud is absolutely ridiculous. I would like so much if we could all try to live in harmony. It's not impossible, you know.
You think not, do you?
Not if you could be a little less rigid.
Oh, Sophia, please. Considering how much disharmony you have been involved in.
All right, if you're going to start talking to me like this, I'm not going to sit here and listen.
I'm not going to talk like this. You're being very naive if you think the Capwells and the Lockridges can coexist peacefully.
Cece, anything is possible if you really want it, and you don't.
No, I'm afraid not this. You see, the corny cliche, this is a feud to the finish. One of us is going to crush the other. I'm not about to turn my back for a second. And I feel I should take the initiative in everything.
That's really no way to find peace, is it, Cece?
Oh, but do me a favor. Let's forget about all this peace for a minute, and let's talk about the children. You give a lot of importance to how much you love them. I would like to know something. I would like to know what kind of sacrifices you would make for them.
What kind of test is this?
Please, just ask the question.
I think you know the answer to that question. I'd do almost anything for my children. I think you would too, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would. My children are the priority of my life, as I suspect it is for most parents. You say they are the hostages to fortune, wouldn't you say?
Is there a point to this, or are you just rambling?
Oh, there is a point.
Could we get to it, please?
We could, but a little bit later, because right now I've got something to take care of. Would you excuse me for a minute? Warren, I'm glad you're here.
Hello, Mr. Catwell.
Bring the rest of the money.
Yes, what I'd like to do is write you a check for the full amount and get back the cash I gave you yesterday. That's okay?
Get back the cash?
Yes, will that be a problem?
I'm afraid it's impossible. I've already deposited the money.
Well, that's fine. I'll just write you a check for the balance.
Well, why do you want the cash back?
It'll just save me having to go to the bank and get cash on my own, Mr. Catwell.
I see. Oh, fine. And tell me, is this check of yours good?
You can make a habit of passing bad checks.
I don't know what habits you make. I'm just... Well, you can't blame me for being curious, can you? I mean, you did come up with a lot of money quickly.
Well, that was just my grandmother's land. You know that.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Thank you, Warren. I really do. I appreciate this. You're a man of your word.
I try to be.
It's a pleasure doing business with you. And I have a feeling we'll be doing something together again sometime.
I don't think so, Mr. Catwell. I don't plan on coming back to the casino.
Don't gamble on it, Warren. Don't gamble on it. Judge Stanley.
Oh, hello, Cece.
Well, great pleasure to see you. I was just thinking about you. You know, a friend of mine and I have a bet, but a legal question. And I think you're the only one who can answer that.
Well, I'll try. What's the question?
All right, the question is, what is the maximum legal sentence for armed robbery in the state?
What are you going to tell your father if he notices they're missing?
I'm going to tell him that we put him down in the basement until the painters got done with the study. He won't check, don't worry.
By the way, your idea to have the ceiling painted was a great one.
Oh, thank you. I thought it was pretty good myself. So what are you going to do with these?
Well, I'm going to take them down to the lab, have each one of them fired, and then see if any of the markings on the bullets match. If they do, we'll be that much closer to Kirk.
Listen, Cruz, what do you think that Kirk was doing earlier? Do you think he was playing some kind of game with us?
Well, no, I'm not sure, but he obviously feels a lot better than we assumed.
Do you think he was testing us?
Yeah, and we passed. But I want you to be very careful from here on in, and I mean it.
Well, I'm not going to provoke him if that's what you're thinking about.
That's exactly what I'm thinking about. I think you and I'd be better watch ourselves around here, too. If we need to meet, we should do it someplace outside the house.
All right, well, we'll think of a place. We should just get going now. Besides, I'm anxious to find out about these rifle tests.
Well, this shouldn't take long. Let's get them in the car.
Okay.
Lionel, just a minute.
What is it, Cece?
I'd like to get together with you later.
Why?
Well, it's about Warren. Reason enough.
What about Warren?
Well, I think we have a major problem.
If it's the money he owes you you're concerned about, I'm...
No. More seriously. Well, incidentally, about that money. You know, he paid it all back to me. Today. See, yesterday he gave me just a little bit of it, and just a little while ago he gave me the whole amount. I'm very impressed. I'm very pleased.
Warren always paid his debts.
Well, then you should be very proud. You've done a very good job with him.
Well, if he's already paid you, I don't quite see what...
You will see. Because I don't have a solution for it myself, but I know you might be able to come up with something because I know the Lockridges are quite inventive.
This is all that you wanted this meeting
That's
about?
all. Just for the moment, sure.
What time?
How would you like to be at my place about 5 o'clock this evening? We can wrestle with the whole problem then. Okay. Excuse me.
Hi. Gosh, what are we doing here? Going into the flower business?
Aren't they beautiful? Well, actually, they're all from Capital Enterprises, all wishing Kirk a happy recovery.
My dad probably sent out a directive to the employees, send flowers or else.
Oh, come on. He wouldn't really do that, would he?
Look, forget about the flowers. Well, yeah, I have some good news for you.
What?
Well, I talked to the employees at the Orient Express, and I got them to agree to give you a job. Now, you're gonna have to start the way I did, which is busting tables, but I'm telling you, it's good money. And you also get a percentage of the waiters' tips. So in fact, you'll probably be making more money there than you'll be doing here.
Ted.
And you also don't have to worry about a place to live. Take care of that for you. I got a motel room, it's all fixed up for you, so you don't have to worry about anything until you get the apartment that you like.
What are you talking about? I can't do that. I told you I want to stay here.
Yeah, and I told you, I don't want you to stay here.
Please don't make this into a big fight. Look, I appreciate all that you've done. It's very sweet, but it's not what I want.
Haley, listen to me. I am offering you a chance of complete independence. A chance to get out of this house, away from this family, so we can meet. Haley, so we can meet like we wanted to.
I don't know what I want. I want things to stay the way they are. They've got to stay the same. I'm happy here. I like my job. I like being around your family. I don't know. Maybe it's important to me because I don't have a family of my own, but I am happy.
Haley, I don't understand you. I don't understand why you're acting this way. I just don't.
I didn't expect you to. Look, I'm very grateful for what you've tried to do.
Oh, I'm sure you are. How can you be grateful if you don't want it?
I don't have time to argue with you today, Ted. I have a lot of work to do.
Well, go do it. It's obviously more important to you than anything else.
It's all right. They just went out the front door.
What were they doing?
I don't know. They just seemed to be talking.
You know, you're making me very nervous being here, Gina. If somebody comes to that door and finds you here, you're on your own.
Well, I don't plan to stay much longer. I just thought you might like to know what Eden and Cruz were saying to each other just now.
All right. What?
I thought that would get your interest.
Either tell me or don't.
They were talking in very low voices. But I heard Eden tell Cruz that she was very worried that you had asked him over here tonight. I think they're trying to hide something.
You have amazing powers of deduction, Gina. I figured that out just by looking at them.
Well, then why do you stand for it? Why don't you do something about it?
Because it's not going to be going on much longer.
Then you do have a plan. I can't wait to hear it. Are you going to try to kill her?
Shut up about that, please.
You know, I thought this new heart would make you a nicer person, Kirk. I guess I was wrong. After all, it did belong to Madeline.
How do you know Madeline?
I met her at Mason's aborted wedding. I didn't like her very much. And now you have her heart. Isn't that amazing?
I will never forget what you did to me, Gina.
That makes two of us. So we're equal.
Fine. Why don't you just go, then?
In a minute. I bet I can guess what you've been thinking about the past few days. You're probably wondering how much Cruz and Eden have been able to put together about exactly what happened that night at the boathouse. Well, I've got some information that's going to blow you away.
What?
When Eden and I were struggling for control of the gun, I said to her, he's trying to kill us both.
What? You tried to warn her about what? About what I was going to do?
That's right. That's right. She probably didn't hear me. But if she did, well, I don't have to spell it out for you.
Dirty.
Don't you start calling me names. I didn't say who it was. She doesn't know. It could have been anybody. I didn't have a chance to tell her who. I didn't get a chance to get it out.
Damn you, Gina!
Oh, stop it. Why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I have said something to her? After all, you were going to kill me. Don't try to pretend you weren't. You didn't care who caught the bullet.
Why are you telling me all of this now?
Because I have a problem now.
Any problem you have, you deserve, Gina.
I have to figure out some kind of story to tell people when I all of a sudden rise up from the dead, and I want you to help me. Yes, I do. Because people are going to ask me all kinds of questions. They're going to wonder why I tried to kill Eden. And she's going to want an explanation.
That's not my concern.
Well, it should be. It should be a big concern of yours. Because if you don't help me come up with some answers, and I get cornered, I'm going to play that tape.
Stop threatening me. I'm sick of it.
Poor, tortured Kirk.
I am not going to let them make a fool out of me, Gina. I am not going to let anyone make a fool.
I don't blame you. I don't think you should.
Will you get away from the window, please? Somebody might see you.
Don't worry. I bet you wish you could see what I can see from here.
What?
Well, the front door, for one thing. I can see two people standing very close together. Yes, I can see them quite clearly from here.
Who are they, Gina?
Why, it's Eden and Cruz. I guess he hasn't left yet. They're standing very close together, as I said. They seem to be whispering something to each other. What could they be talking about so secretively?
Doesn't really matter what they're talking about. None of this will be going on anymore. I promise you.
Locked up the guns in the trunk of my car, so, guess I'm gonna be cutting out.
All right.
Listen, I want you to try to stay away from Kirk as much as you possibly can. Be very careful.
I will.
And call me at the first sign of any trouble.
I will, but I don't think there will be any.
Now, don't underestimate the guy, Eden. He's clever. Don't let this illness fool you into thinking he's not.
Okay. I think we're cleverer, don't you think?
We better be. Well, I'll try to have him back by evening.